I am in Milwaukee's largest suburb. This place is in the middle of everything.
We thank the underwriters of John McGivern's Main Streets, because without them, we couldn't make this show.
Yes, Greendale is beautiful on the outside, but it's what's inside that counts. Who doesn't love opening a door to beautiful treasures? Whether you're a collector, in need of the perfect gift, or would like something special for yourself. Come on in. You just gotta see Greendale.
Heiser Automotive is honored to help John McGivern and his team arrive safely to many main streets. We are committed to remaining true to the Heiser way. Do what's right for our customers, our employees, and the communities we serve. We are happy to help.
Your community's best selfie spot is your type.
Visit Oconomowoc. Lakes, festivals, shopping, dining, the heart of Lake Country.
My father taught me that to make great bakery, you have to do it the right way. O&H Danish Bakery, where kringle traditions begin.
There's always something shining bright in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, the natural choice. West Bend Insurance Company, the silver lining. The Friends of Main Streets, and the Friends of PBS Wisconsin. Thanks, underwriters.
'Cause these are main streets, something about a hometown speaks to me. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. The heart and soul of communities right here on these main streets.
This is West Allis, Wisconsin, and I'm on its main street, Greenfield Avenue. Wisconsinites and most of our visitors know this community because it is home to Wisconsin State Fair. It's been its permanent home since 1891, but locals know it for so much more. West Allis is in southeastern Wisconsin, 7 miles west of Milwaukee's lakefront. It's 11 square miles with a population of 60,000. Emmy, a pretty great skywalk.
It's a pretty important skywalk because it's a remnant from the manufacturing plant that put West Allis on the map.
Really?
Yes.
On the map.
Before 1901, just think this was just a little bitty, teeny tiny village, but that year 4 small companies came together and they formed Allis-Chalmers.
Sure. We all knew Allis-Chalmers growing up.
The next year the factory opened and the city just grew around it.
And what did they manufacture here?
So here at this plant, they mostly made tractors, but overall, they made some of the largest machinery for mills, refineries, factories, in just about every industry you can imagine. At one point, they were the 2nd largest employer in the entire state. I had no idea what a big deal it was right here.
But all good things must come to an end.
Unfortunately, they had a good run. They took it into the 1980s, but then the factory closed and it turned into a little bit of a Rust Belt community. There are still just a few buildings that are original to the plant. This whole area, it all used to be the manufacturing buildings. It's now an office complex called Summit Place.
Sure.
They are really keeping the Allis-Chalmers history alive.
Yeah. I think West Allis has really made a comeback, haven't they?
Big, big comeback,
Yeah.
and you know why? Because it has become a destination for foodies. So be ready, you're gonna see a lot more food in this episode.
Which is not a bad thing.
More food could never be a bad thing, and now that we're talking about it, I'm
You
hungry.
look hungry.
I am hungry.
Should we have a little
I'm
something?
hangry.
We are on Beecher with Mark Lutz. Why are we on this street with you? Tell me.
Because of that cheese shop.
When did you invest in this corridor?
Well, it was in the West Allis Star that they were closing the shop, and I was laying in bed reading the paper, and I bent over to my wife and I said, "We're buying a cheese store." So that was 2002. This is our main cheese case.
It is.
So this is your typical everyday eating cheeses that you would slice for burgers or sandwiches. And this is the other cheese case.
Yeah.
It's smaller cuts, it's more of the specialty cheeses. And at the holidays, we get up to 400 varieties.
400 varieties. It's called the Blue Jay?
The Blue Jay.
By Deer Creek?
And it's very soft and creamy. See the juniper berries? That adds a real nice, clean, refreshing taste afterwards.
The crunch is great.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have a relationship with on this street?
We have the cheese shop and the restaurant, and then we have station number 6, a cocktail bar and beer lounge.
Yeah.
And then we have the Beecher Meats, which is
Meats.
our butcher shop.
Yeah.
Archie's Flat Top, which is our smash burger restaurant. And then Scratch Ice Cream. And then the bakery across the way, the Bake Sale.
Did you know this street growing up?
I walked here every day going to St. Augustine School.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it much like this as a kid?
No, it was empty. When we first opened, you could sleep on Beecher Street and not get hit by a car. Now you got to look both ways before you get run over. Good to go.
What's it say?
Beecher Meats.
Stop it.
Okay.
What do we got?
We got our fresh meat case, and we have all our jerky. We do about 500 pounds of jerky a week. And then we have all our homemade sausages, and then we have our steaks.
So I would like to take a look at the master plan that you had when
Not
this all
much of a one.
There wasn't one?
No. Had a concept of food and keeping it kind of a food center.
Do your 5 businesses compete with each other?
No, we feed off of each other. So the bakery supplies all the stores, the butcher shop supplies the hamburger joint, and the cheese store cafeteria, the drink supply everybody. And it just all works together.
I'll wait to see what's next.
Nothing.
What do you mean? Come on. There's got to be something.
No, this is it or divorce.
This is it or divorce?
Divorce, yeah.
Here's my West Allis tip. If you're a baker, well, then you need to know cooks, cake decorating, and candy supplies. Maybe you're looking for a new cookie cutter. Well, they have 400. Maybe you're looking for a certain kind of sprinkle. So we found a mermaid mix, pirate ships. They have frosting all made up. Look at this, cake filling ready to go. The 3rd generation owners, they tell us that out-of-towners who come for State Fair, they'll buy like a year's worth of baking supplies. I'll take the blue one. I just stepped up my baking game.
We who grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin knew of Allis-Chalmers. It was a lot of buildings because it was a huge company. Well, in one of those buildings, there is now a company called Blast Cleaning Technologies. So you're in this building that was built when?
Started in 1901.
1901?
Yep, used to house 17,000 employees at peak time.
Wow.
When we came in here, it needed a lot of love, so we put quite a bit of money into it. No, we were in 40,000 square feet, and we moved into 160,000 square feet. And at that point, we thought, well, we've plenty of room. We'll never need more. And of course, now we need more. That's a good thing.
Talk about your company and what it does.
Sure. Probably the easiest way to explain it is people hear of sandblasting, right?
Sure.
This is high volume shot blasting to clean virtually everything you can imagine. Imagine 10,000 shotguns going off every second inside of machines.
So you build equipment that does the job of cleaning.
Correct. They'll put the product in here. This will dump the parts in, and then the parts will come out of this conveyor. Each one of these blast wheels is propelling shot, so we're capturing the parts that are being cleaned from multiple angles.
That's your patent right there?
This is our baby.
Good. And is that person who designed that still work here?
He might be. You might be looking at him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
This is my baby along with a couple of our engineers, of course, that help.
We're talking to him.
Yeah.
You know, you make me feel kind of stupid, Carl.
Oh, come on.
Come on, no, you just shut up.
Come on, this is easy. So now we get into the big part.
What is that? Are they building a house?
So this part and this part ultimately get welded together, and then there's even another part. This machine's about 30-some feet long.
And is this the biggest thing you've done?
Oh, no, not even close.
Oh, really?
Probably the biggest one we built was for a company called Georgia Iron Works. We clean a 25-foot diameter by 10-foot wide casting. Back in between 1919 and 1922, Tesla actually worked here. And he worked on his bladeless turbine. This small little magnetic turbine produced 80 horsepower. You know, he was so far ahead of his time. We have 45 engineers here that kind of love that.
I bet they do.
Yep.
So 2012, how many people were working
We
here?
had 15 people.
And today, 2024?
About 280 right now.
280.
Yeah.
There's nothing small about this either.
No, it's actually really, really cool stuff.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Thanks
good,
so much.
Good.
Thanks. This unassuming house on a very busy street in West Allis was the childhood home of one of the most popular entertainers of the 1950s. His TV show brought in over 30 million viewers. Do you know who I'm talking about? You want a hint? Candelabra.
West Allis's most famous son was Liberace. That's right. There was a period of time during the 50s and 60s. He was actually the highest paid entertainer of the year, and I sure wish I would have gotten to see him live.
I bet you're thinking, why does he look so excited? I'm in front of Grebe's Bakery. What are they famous for since 1937? It's called the Cruller. It's a cake donut, and I love these. I was talking to Colton Grebe, who's fourth generation Grebe. He said they make 5 million of these a year. I said, really? We should also talk about the Wisconsin tradition called hot ham and rolls. It started when people would walk home from church on Sunday and stop at their local bakery to buy their rolls. And the bakeries figured out we could sell more rolls if we sold something that they could put in those rolls, so they sold hot ham. Now, there's a debate on who started that tradition. I don't really care. I just love the fact that this is a tradition, and I love that Grebe's continues that tradition. I'm all set. I'm excited to be at a place called Cream City Clay. It's all about pottery. How long have you been doing this?
We opened 9 years ago.
Okay. This is how the clay comes?
Yes, in 25-pound blocks.
Oh, it's soft.
Yeah.
So far, I'm very good.
You're very good.
If I were a student, what would it be?
Students can sign up for a one-day class, a couples night. You can learn how to throw on the wheel, or you can do some hand building. You can make functional things, or you can make sculptural things. That's a nice big pot.
I'd like some cereal right now.
Yeah. You have to work slowly, let go slowly, breathe.
Good. Come on, I was working.
We have a greenware card of things that have never been fired before. They're very fragile as chocolate. When it comes out of the kiln, it has a ting, and then it's ready to put glaze on. This is our glaze wall.
Okay.
And this shows you what all the glazes look like under and over one another. And here's your favorite floating blue glaze here.
Floating blue.
So let's peek inside the bucket. That doesn't look anything like blue, does it?
No.
And when it gets over 2,200 degrees,
That's what it turns into.
magic.
Can we go in there?
Yeah, we can go in there.
Okay. Wow.
It's like Christmas every time we open a kiln.
What are we doing?
We're gonna do a little sheep. Do you like your sheep?
Got nothing against sheep.
Pinch and then roll the ball. Pinch
Okay.
again. We also can join these two and it becomes a ball. And you notice that we haven't used one single tool so far.
Our hands.
So it's very primitive. And your hands don't get as dirty as when you're on the wheel.
I like that.
I do too. You can also do a sitting sheep like that.
It's the lazy sheep.
Lazy.
This is my hand building part of my class, and this was the wheel part of my class. I have a bowl and I have a sheep.
There's no here.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Some of the people started out as brand new students, continued on to level 2, continued to practice, started to make their own work, develop their business, and are now selling their pots and teaching.
Well, you were an inspiration, Colleen.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
Oh, I bet.
Ultratwist Vintage is probably not like any vintage shop you've ever been to, and that's because of owner Jamie Phoenix. She works with Hollywood costume departments, and she's a professional stylist.
Let's go.
1950s, 60s, and 70s.
We're at a beautiful restaurant on Beecher Street called Wild Roots with the chef owner T. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Absolutely.
We know each other from another restaurant that you didn't own, but this one you do.
So this is my own place.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And who does front of the house?
I have my people. Carrie is one of my staples here. She's been my partner since day one.
So Carly, you are the GM?
I am.
And you're a chef as well?
I am.
And you do front of the house as well?
Yeah.
What in God's name? That's so good. We are making gnocchi, and is there a perfect size for a gnocchi?
This would be about the perfect
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this prepared with already? Because there's more than just.
Well, I can't tell you all the secrets, but
Okay.
there's cheese
I thought
and
she was
some
gonna tell me.
seasoning. No, I can't tell you everything. That would be
It's
silly.
all right. No, it's
that would
fine.
be silly,
That
John.
would be
I can't do
almost
that.
stupid. Not part of the club.
Wild Roots, the name came from, we use a lot of different wild products, whether it be like wild foraged morels, ramps, even wild game.
We don't waste anything here. We use everything.
The roots is kind of like the foundation. Every single dish that we have There's a foundation to it. It would be a French foundation, Vietnamese. I'm not pigeonholed to any particular category. That's why I call it personality-driven cuisine. It's my personality and what I feel like cooking that day.
Right.
All your textures, all your tastes, all your layers. You want, you know, you want your sweet, you want your salty, you want your, oops, that one went rogue. Perfection. We're just gonna add a touch more cheese to the top because, you know, cheese.
Yep.
And put it right there, and we're done.
I'd like to give this a taste. I want to taste it with you.
I think we could manage that.
Can we do that?
Well,
You're the best.
we'll let you have a bite.
We have people coming from all over. I'm very grateful for every day that I'm open and the people who I have here working with me.
To you guys, thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank
Wild
you
Roots.
for visiting.
As well as its gourmet entrees, West Allis is known for its gourmet treats. I'm sorry I can only take on a little tour of 3. Let's start at Aggie's Bakery and Cake Shop. Been here for 47 years. Every week they have a gourmet cupcake. This week, the Frosted Animal Cookie Craze. Delicious. Pete's Pops, uniquely flavored popsicles. They have the fruity ones that are kind of like the ones we grew up with, and they have the creamy ones that are almost like an ice cream bar. They're all delicious. This is a root beer float, and it tastes just like a root beer float. Carrie's Krispies. 40 different types of Rice Krispie treats. It's the only place like this in the Midwest. Their most popular flavors are peanut butter cup and s'mores, but I have an incredible flavor today. It's called John McGivern's Main Streets. Delicious. This is the Military Collectible Shop. Talk about your shop. What's all in here?
Boy, we've been collecting since we were both little kids. So the shop is full of original military items. We've got helmets, uniforms, badges.
When you walk in, I thought it was much more a museum than it was someplace that I could shop.
Right, it's kind of like a museum where you can actually hold things and touch things and buy things.
I've never been to a museum like that before.
I know, right? It's like how we wish museum gift shops really were.
Right. How far back do you go with items?
Oh, we've had stuff from the Revolutionary War, but for the most part, we're kind of Civil War through the current desert wars.
They used to make the helmets out of leather.
Wow. Certainly not worn during battle, right?
They actually did.
That's a fancy battle. All of these.
Variety of swords from all different countries, all different eras, from the Civil War through about World War II, some Japanese swords in there.
There's a signature there from General Patton. The Patton signature is pretty rare because, you know, he died immediately after the war.
Does this have a price on it?
Yeah, $12,000.
$12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a deal.
It's a deal, is right.
Do you ever find that if whatever the media is covering, like if something new on Netflix happens and it deals with one of the wars, that then your business?
You know, it's funny because we'll see spikes like that as certain movies came out. When Top Gun came out,
oh, I bet
people wanted the flight jackets and those kind of things.
Did you have them?
Yeah, we did. We can get you one right now too.
I was raised by a World War II veteran who saw action in the Philippines.
Oh, right.
He came home, married his Irish girlfriend, and had 6 kids, and never talked a word about the war.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things we can help families with, is sometimes unraveling that mystery of what did Dad do?
To the family, it kind of like brings a little closure or a little knowledge.
Sitting around and talking with other people, it's good for veterans, it's good for the young kids who come and listen to some of these stories. You know, this kind of communication that can happen at a multi-generational level.
It's a collectible shop. It's a social club.
It really is.
It's a therapy session.
It can be.
Yes, exactly.
It's where friends gather with similar interests and stories.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
This cute little building was a gas station. There was about 100 of them. There's now only a couple remaining. In the year 2000, the city restored this building and they made it into a little mini museum. Can you check my out for me?
I am at Zuehlsdorf Woodworks, which is a custom cabinet shop. You know, just a few years ago, Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church, a landmark in Milwaukee since 1878, had a devastating fire, and some of the restoration is happening right here. This is the pulpit canopy. It arrived in buckets of charred ash, and a combination of original material and new material created this. It's remarkable. Some people call this inspirational. I call it miraculous. Swoop. What is this?
Bungee fitness.
Bungee fitness.
Yes. So it's just a lot of flying around. It's a lot of cardio and it works your core really good and helps with your balance.
And where did this come from?
Thailand.
From Thailand.
Yep.
Abby, are you comfortable?
I got it.
Well, they just told me that it's gonna go right up in my business, so I can't wait for this.
And you wonder why I didn't want to do it.
Out of 3, 2, 1. Oh, big step, push.
Nice.
Keep looking up. Last one. Nice.
Okay, let's show me more.
Okay, here we go.
Had you ever done bungee before?
Never bungeed before. I was the 3rd studio in the U.S. to open, so when I opened, there was nowhere to try it. So I built out my studio, and then I got trained. So I'd never tried it.
That is a leap of faith.
It was. All right, here we go on a 3, 2, 1. We're going down, and up, and down, and up. One more.
Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
John,
Okay,
I think this is going to be the easy one. If you wanna change your mind.
Who's even talking to you? How's it going in West Allis?
Good, it's great.
And what a perfect space for this.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like, what do you have to look for?
High ceilings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start bouncing your legs a little bit. Get a little momentum, and then bring that one up. Give it a good swing. There it is. There you go, just some push-ups. Fabulous.
Something I did not think I was going to do today.
Well done.
Do guys do this?
Yes.
See?
Okay. Good job, you guys. Thank you.
You guys, great teachers. Thank you. Now, how do I get out of here?
This is Mike. This is Carolyn. They're the owners of the Peanut Butter and Jelly Deli. So good.
We have the best ones in the world, I think.
In the world, Mike.
We're a little bit biased, but yeah. We have about 100 different jellies and jams to choose from.
Yeah.
And we grind all of our butters in-house every day. We have a variety of locally made breads, and our specialty is we grill them. So it's, I don't know if you've ever had a grilled PB&J, but they're warm and toasty and ooey and gooey and messy. You need a lot of napkins when you eat here.
Whose idea was this?
This was Mike's idea,
Mike's.
100%.
And what did you say when he first said it? Oh my
You know
God.
what?
No.
I think I said, let's wait on this for a little while. And
Is that
then
right?
he just kept talking about it, talking about it.
I always wanted my own joint, but I didn't want to be in the bar business. So this concept just kept scratching at my brain. We were making almond butter this morning. We do a natural peanut butter, and then we do an extra crunchy version of that. We do peanut butter and dark chocolate. We do the honey roasted peanut butter. That's good, isn't it?
That's really good.
Honey roasted crunch, cashew butter, almond and chocolate butter as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm working on a peanut butter cinnamon.
Here, take a look at this wall.
So we've got from apricot to watermelon, really.
When I walked in, I was so excited to meet a fellow collector. What a great collection.
We're a lunch spot. What better thing to have up here would be lunch boxes. Should we make a sandwich?
Hey, come on over when you're ready. I have some gloves for you.
You're going to help me, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to make the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich you've ever had.
And you're going to help?
Yes, I am.
Okay. No, I'm going to help. You're going to make it. Here we go. So what kind of bread should we use on this, would you suggest?
My favorite is Texas toast, and I think it grills perfectly.
Can we do that?
What about that?
Well, that's perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you. So we are making what Mike and I talked about, which was the strawberry, what is it called?
This is the strawberry lover sandwich, and this one is our honey roasted peanut butter on one side. On the other side, we've got our strawberry jam.
I'm going to put a little more on.
And then layer fresh strawberries on that. We sprinkle more of a crunch onto that, and then we're going to grill it.
It's going to be perfect.
To have it warm and to have it grilled perfectly.
Look at how messy
And
that
it's a
is.
great combination.
Yeah.
Messy ain't bad, though.
No, the sloppier the better. You're losing weight just eating this.
He said it.
If you're from the Midwest, I really hope you know how to pronounce that word, right? And it's like an expression of surprise, like, oh, didn't see you there, or, oh, John, I'll take the beers right here.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. This place is legit. It's a dog-friendly microbrewery. Great beers. Even the non-beer drinkers like it. Oh, guess I'll have to try both. What was the best part of West Allis?
It was all the best. That's why I'm calling it Best Allis.
That is so cute.
That's
I like
what
it.
I thought so.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. The heart and soul of communities right here.
Boom. Choreography is not my thing. Everyone John's age knew that.
Grandpa, this is so much fun.
Because it's boom, boom. And that describes Emmy Fink in a nutshell.
It's hard to get into. I can't get in there. Come on, little lady.
Oh, where are we going?
We thank the underwriters of John McGivern's Main Streets because without them, we couldn't make this show.
Yes, Greendale is beautiful on the outside, but it's what's inside that counts. Who doesn't love opening a door to beautiful treasures? Whether you're a collector, in need of the perfect gift, or would like something special for yourself. Come on in. You just gotta see Greendale.
Heiser Automotive is honored to help John McGivern and his team arrive safely to many main streets. We are committed to remaining true to the Heiser way. Do what's right for our customers, our employees, and the communities we serve. We are happy to help.
Your community's best selfie spot is your type.
Visit Oconomowoc. Lakes, festivals, shopping, dining. The heart of Lake Country.
My father taught me that to make great bakery, you have to do it the right way. O&H Danish Bakery, where kringle traditions begin.
There's always something shining bright in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, the natural choice. West Bend Insurance Company, the silver lining. The Friends of Main Streets, and the Friends of PBS, Wisconsin. Thanks, underwriters.
Hey, Skipper. Where's Ginger?